Hey guys, it's Maymay and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk to you about what even is a folio. Don't click away, don't click away. I know if you're someone who doesn't like folios, you're thinking, I'm out. Don't go anywhere. I want you to see all that I have to show you today. The reason that I'm talking about this is because I had a visitor come to our store this week and she's new to my channel. She's a new viewer. And she said to me when she was watching, she's like, what even is a folio? She's like, I noticed that you made a lot. I noticed that other of your viewers were making a lot, but I didn't understand the concept. So I thought today I'd explain the concept and show you a lot of examples and then tell you why I love them, why I can't stop making them, and all the possibilities. So let's start with this one. This guy is literally the first design I remember doing. I think we might have started with like a legal pad or it might have evolved somewhere in there, but this is kind of the first one I remember. And it takes 3 sheets of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And every time someone comes to my store, they cannot believe this is made from cardstock. This is the one I wanted to start with, okay? So it's simple. It has an opening flap here. There's a magnet inside that keeps that closed. This one opens like this. There is a pocket behind this photo. There is a flap here that also has a pocket behind this photo. And if you go this way, you have more photos. Now, this is Shannon's adorable family, and this is one that she filled in ages ago. But isn't this cute? It's simple, it's easy, and it just features a few photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she could add some in the pockets. But what I like about it is it feels like a complete scrapbook, but I didn't spend days designing outlines or layouts. I didn't have to have 100 pictures. I was able to make this 100% boy folio in hours and not weeks, right? So that's one reason I really love a folio. The other reason I love a folio is because we're making them ourselves, like with scrapbook paper. I'm not limited. Do you see the size of this one? Let me get a ruler so I can tell you the size of all these. This guy right here is 7.5 by 9. So he's a pretty good size folio. He opens a little different and he's created a little different. I even on the inside of this one use plastic photo sleeves, which I think are super fun and super cool to use. And so you have little pockets and things like this. You can do anything with them. And that's what I love about them. A lot of times people I don't have friends that need photos, or I don't know anyone that still wants to print out their photos and things like that. You don't have to use these for photos. You can make these journals. You can make them recipe books, which I'll show you in a second. You can make them specific event memory albums. Maybe you're just doing something for, maybe somebody got married, or maybe somebody had a big event you want to do a single album for. This is perfect for that. And this little guy, like I said, is bigger and it even has a deeper spine. And all of this is done by just changing. This is what I love about them. You just change your score marks and you change the size of your cardstock and you get a different outcome every time. Let's look at another one. So this folio, I actually didn't design, I just assembled. This folio is made from a company. There's lots of companies that do pre-made folios that you can just glue together. And I love how this one turned out. And we still have pre-made folios in our store. We may not have this exact one, but we still have them in our store that you can get in all different kinds of designs. And you see how you can just add things into the pockets left and right. They're so cute. This is a Christmas album from my family. And you can see each one of these has a pocket. There's pullouts, flips, and flaps. Isn't it adorable? This is Christmas Eve for us. This is one day, but look at this complete album. And how wonderful would this be to sit just on your coffee table at Christmas time, and when everybody comes over, they pick it up, they go through it, they're looking at last year's Christmas Eve and all of the memories that you can have. And you make one from every for years, so they just add up and collect. And do you see how this is? This is a 1/4 inch spine. Do you see that? Did you see how many photos were in here? That's another thing. Let's talk about that too. If you do have a lot of photos, you're still not limited. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 photos in this little album. And I think it would be hard to believe that I was able to get 15 photos in a 1/4 inch thick folio. Isn't that crazy? But I love having these just to look through year after year, and it also allows me to use my paper crafting, supplies and my love of paper to make these happen. Now, these have been pretty fairly, small sized albums. Let me step it up and show you a big album. Remember I told you you could do recipe albums? This is a much bigger album. This one is the largest I've made so far. It's 8 1/4 by 10 1/4. Yeah, 10 1/4. So it's a big album, but check this out. It's a recipe album. This one stays here in our on our gallery wall when we have customers in. We have a gallery wall of projects that I've made for them to be able to touch and feel. This is one of them. So this one gets picked up and opened and taken photos of a lot. So it's moved around a good bit. But look at all of this space, and it's all done with cardstock. It's my favorite thing. Even this little chopping board is done with cardstock. All of this cardstock. This one is a book inside of a book. Isn't this cool? Look, another book inside of a book, because this one is also a little recipe holder that lives right inside of this little pocket. This one is a little conversion chart on the back here, and it lives inside of this pocket. It actually closes my pages. It holds them together. And can you even think when you see this little book, you don't think all of that's going to be in there, right? It's kind of surprising. And then check this out. These are just places for recipes and photos, recipes and photos. You can see how this would be an excellent gift for someone, even if you didn't want to give this much. Maybe this is too big to give as a gift to someone. You can size this down because you can make it yourself just by changing your scores and folds. I just love folios. I can't get enough of them. And every time I get a new paper pack, it inspires a new one. Now, remember how I told you some of them are pre-made? This is a pre-made. This one, if I'm not mistaken, is a photo play album. Am I right about that? I think this was a photo play pre-made. Yes, it is. Here's the little pocket. There's a magnet. There's goodies inside there. And this one is also a little recipe one. Again, these live on our gallery wall. So if you come into our store, you can see these and you can take photos of them. And we also have little QR codes so you can scan and see where the video is about them. And if you'd like to watch the videos of anything I'm showing today, we'll link those below so you can get to those and see those. I guess I should close that before I close that. But isn't this the coolest? And all of these flips and flaps can be moved around and changed and put in different places. And that's why I love it. Your creativity is only limited by how willing you are to fold a piece of paper and see how it fits somewhere, or a piece of cardstock. How about this? This guy right here was 100% inspired by a card fold. I saw a card for graduation made very similar to this, an A2 size card, and I decided to turn it into a folio. And so check this out. I just did a little bit of edits, not very many, and made this little flip out kind of folio for photos. And I think it's so fun. So can you see why I love them so much? You are not limited to one recipe of how to make them. You can do anything you want. How about you want something a little bigger? How about an 8 by 8? This is 8 by 8. How do I know this one's 8 by 8? Because I also show this one to customers a lot. Look at this. These are stamp sets that we have for you in our store. These are ready for photos, and this one just opens for days. Let me show you. All right, so this is the middle, right? I'm going to scoot it over like this, and look, it continues. There's so many places for photos. And even better, this is one paper pack that I used here. As a matter of fact, I think this is the first time I'd ever used every single sticker and every single thing from my paper pack. This is that one. And like I said, it's an 8 by 8, all done with cardstock. So why can I not stop making them? Here's why. Every time I get another paper pack, I see another idea. Like I see another design for another folio, and they're just so fun. I just don't seem to be able to stop. This is got magnets on the back, and there's magnet here, so you can just pull that out, and it's an album in and of itself. This is actually a pre-made that I added to an album that I designed, and I just can't stop doing it. For example, this guy, after I made him, I was like, you know what? If we made him in half, this is the very same album, but cut in half. So the very same thing, and you can just get a little brag book out of it. So they all inspired the next one, and that's what I love. This one was going to be a gift for a family member, and it was kind of early on that I made it, and she ended up having a little boy, and I felt like this one was a little too pink. Probably not. She probably would have been fine, but I decided to give her a different gift. But that's what this one was made for. And again, I just designed it based around the paper pack. I wanted to show off all these cute little pieces. And this one is a half-inch spine. So you can change your spines as you go. And let's see, let's look at another one. How about this one? This one has been made a while ago. And this one holds a legal pad and it's got a little spot here that we created. I think this is so cute. This is like a little calendar, so you can do like your memory planning in this one, or your holiday planner can be done in this, or you can put just a little notebook in here and not even have a calendar. But look how cute this is. All of this is cardstock. So can you kind of see, first off, what a folio is, secondly, why I love them, and then thirdly, why I just can't stop. They're all so different and they're always a different challenge. And I even have them that are smaller than these. I've made them little tiny brag books. We've made all different kinds. And you see how the paper just kind of drives the look. I love them so much and I just want to just keep making them. So here's what I want to encourage you to do. Just try making one. I have a list of videos, a list of tutorials that teach you so many different ones you can make. Grab yourself a paper pack, grab yourself some solid color cardstock, and just make one and see what it feels like. I think you'll be surprised how easy you'll be able to find photos on your camera and be able to fill them up and make them over and over and over again. Now, if you're someone who in the past has joined us for this before, we also do or did in 2023 a year of folios where we made a folio about this size for every month, and it was so awesome. Well, we didn't do it in 2024, but we are bringing it back in 2025. So if you're watching today and you would like more information about a year of folios 2025 and following along with that, we're going to put the link to our email list in the description. Sign up so we can send you an email when that class is ready to go and you can grab your spot. It is so much fun. And like I said, we make one for every month. So at the end of the year, you'll have your entire year documented and it's well worth being a part of. All right, guys, thanks so much for letting me just talk today about some of my favorite things. I know this is a different video for me, but as I told you guys in my last video, there's a water leak in my studio and I had to kind of give myself another place to go film. And I thought this is a perfect time to talk to you guys about this topic because I've been wanting to for a while and I can take this time to do it. Thanks so much for being here. Please don't forget to subscribe, sign up for that newsletter list so you don't miss a little bit of what we've got going on. And until next time, bye now.